Welcome back. We are now ready to debunk some myths you may have from well-meaning people, and as a result, these people aren't applying for Medi-Cal, thinking they will only have to pay back the system when they pass. This myth can result in less than appropriate care and deteriorating health, more hospital visits, and an unnecessary burden to the healthcare system. And it is a complicated system because you and I right before we came on, I was trying to understand what all the health care programs are, who qualifies, how you get them, and I don't know my stuff as well as you do. All right, so Greg Steen, CEO and founder of Senior Care Advocates. What are the common myths that you hear about Medi-Cal?
About Medi-Cal would be that it's only for poor people, it's only for old people, you got to be broke before you can apply. And then, of course, the big one that we're here today to talk about is that if I go on Medi-Cal and I pass away, the state's going to put a lien on my home.
Yes.
They're going to take my home, take all my money. So why even get on Medi-Cal if that's the case?
I think we have talked about this before, and this is why we got to keep talking about it because I clearly forgot. So can Medi-Cal take your home when you die?
So Medi-Cal could, without some planning, but I will tell you this, Medi-Cal doesn't want your home.
Yeah.
What they want is to be repaid. They don't want to have your house necessarily. They can put a lien on your property, but basically it's limited to people that are in a nursing home. Okay. And if you don't intend to return home,
yes,
and the issue is intend, you can be very positive and hopeful. As long as you intend to return home, they cannot put a lien on it. And then if your home is in a trust or any kind of titling where it's not going to go through probate, you have nothing to worry about.
Okay, so that's probably the one thing that we need to know.
Yes.
We need to maybe do some administrative work to make sure that we have that title in a place that's appropriate.
Correct.
Can Medi-Cal and when we say Medi-Cal, we're talking about the state, right? Correct. Could the state put a lien on my bank accounts after I die?
Absolutely. Same thing though is if it's, so you pass away and if it's in your individual name, not like a trust or you don't have a beneficiary designation where it automatically goes to someone else, it's pretty simple just to remember this. If your accounts are going to probate, the state has the ability to go after them.
Okay.
If they're not going to probate, you're safe.
Because the way Medi-Cal works is whatever benefits you derive from Medi-Cal, the state expects to be reimbursed all of those expenses? Most of those expenses. And so if somebody's on Medi-Cal, let's say that they've got a power of attorney or that they're not able to make decisions for themselves anymore, it would behoove people to make sure those assets are not in that person's name anymore.
If you don't want to lose them, yeah.
Right, right. If you don't want to lose them because they want their money back.
Let me back up real quick. I want to make sure so anybody listening realizes this is for people 55 and above. Okay. So everybody that's on Medi-Cal that's under 55, you don't have to be concerned right now anyways. But yes, you have to at least understand the process of how it works and then look at how things are titled and just have that little bit of a review, So if you have a trust and you're going to avoid probate anyway, then you're good. But sometimes people forget about accounts. So like if you have a retirement account or a life insurance policy, they have named beneficiaries. Yes. So you don't have to worry about them. You can have a beneficiary on your property deed. It's pretty rare, but you can also have like a payable on death or transfer on death designation on your bank account. Same thing, it's going to bypass probate, so you don't have to worry about it. But what people typically do is they have a small account here or there, and it never gets in their trust, and then those funds are available to the state after they pass.
And then they will take them.
One other thing real quick.
Yes.
If you're married and you're in a nursing home and you pass away, no recovery. Okay. Because you leave a surviving spouse.
Got it, got it. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here. It can seem confusing, but Greg Steen, he can make it not confusing. And all you have to do is you have to call Senior Care Advocates. Very, very simple. Their website is right there at the bottom. Their phone number is at the bottom. Greg Steen always has great information for us so that we can avoid a crisis, so that when we do call you, we are not in crisis. Greg Steen, thank you so much. Still to come here.